Magandang araw mga kapatid. Ito po yung pelikula ni Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark. Okay? 1981 pa ito. Ito ay directed by Steven Spielberg na kung saan yung istoryang ito ay patungkol sa Ark of the Covenant. Okay? Na kung saan hinanap nila at nakita nila. Subalit nung nakita nila, namatay yung mga tao doon. Siyempre, except yung bida. Diba? Si Harrison Ford, ayan, nakatali. Tsaka yung leading lady niya. Dito nakita nila at pagkatapos ayan binuksan at maraming namatay. Ayan, pagbagsak niyan, yan na yung Ark. Welcome to my channel mga kaibigan, mga kapatid. Pag-uusapan natin ngayon kung saan napunta ang Ark of the Covenant. Where is the Ark of the Covenant? Okay? Ako ay kumolekta ng 5 lugar kung saan matatagpuan ang Ark of the Covenant. Okay? Doon sa mga kaibigan natin dyan na hindi pa nagsusubscribe, please subscribe and click the notification bell. Okay? Maraming salamat. Number 1, Ethiopia, Africa. In the town of Ashkum, in Saint Mary of Zion Cathedral, the Ark is linked to Ethiopia's 14th century AD national epic, the Kibra Negash. On 1000 BC, Queen of Sheba visited King Solomon. Solomon reigned 970 to 930 BC with her son named Menelik. Menelik took souvenir of sword, the Ark of the Covenant, and brought to Ashkum. Okay? Dinala ni Menelik yung Ark of the Covenant, no? Dinala niyo doon sa Ashkum. Okay? Doon sa Ethiopia. Something na may mali sa number, no, sa age kung kailan, kasi mayroon 1000 BC pero isa naman 970 to 930 yung reign ni Solomon, no, merong sablay. Number 2, under the Temple of Jerusalem, nagkaroon ng excavation of the Temple Mount of Jerusalem noong 1981 by 3 rabbis. Ito yung mga pangalan nila: Yehuda Getz, number 2, Shlomo Goren, and Cain Wichman. Let's watch this.
Really exist? Did it ever exist? In 1981, an excavation took place on Temple Mount, in which 3 rabbis made a discovery that nearly set off another holy war between the Muslims and Jews.
If we look at this sketch of the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, we can see subterranean passageways. Superimposing upon this a model of the temple, the Jewish historical sources tell us that there was a chamber of wood, or a wood pen, underneath which was a secret chamber.
Do you believe that some of the temple treasuries...
Yehuda Getz, chief rabbi of the Western Wall, was one of the tunnelers in 1981. Rabbi Getz states that he has found the Ark of the Covenant and its contents, including the tablets containing the original 10 Commandments, hidden for over 2,500 years in the secret vault beneath the temple. These incredible discoveries were also witnessed by Rabbi Shlomo Goren.
We were excavating under the Temple Mount in Jerusalem when we came to an underground room in the direction of the Holy of the Holies, and it was the Ark of the Covenant.
As to the contention that the Ark under the Temple Mount is a replica, the same contention might as easily be made concerning the Ethiopian Ark. There is really no other basis to support the Ethiopian claim than the Ethiopian traditions. And in fact, there are a great many replicas of the Ark throughout the churches in Ethiopia that preserve this tradition. The evidence rather strongly supports the real Ark being under the Temple Mount.
One of the most events on the horizon today is the emergence of a temple being rebuilt in Jerusalem. This is the third of 3 major events in Israel: the reestablishment of the nation Israel, the regaining of biblical Jerusalem by Israel, which happened in 1967, and now they are preparing to build the temple. This whole event is all tangled up with their messianic expectation, and to a biblical scholar, it's one of the most exciting things on our horizon.
There's over 100 different passages in the Bible that talk about a future temple. We know that Israel's getting ready to build such a temple. There's over 500 priests that are now in training in the ancient Levitical sacrifice system. We know that millions of dollars has been set aside. Even the government has been involved in studies of how to rebuild the temple. But what about the Ark? When I asked only 4 or 5 months ago the chief rabbis' representatives together with other rabbis in Israel about the Ark, they told me that the Ark is now in Israel. They tell me that the Ark will be in the next temple.
The key to our direct relationship with God is the Holy Temple. And the main way that we are going about this is by actually producing, restoring, creating the vessels that can be used in the temple. Of the 93 basic categories of vessels that are described in the Holy Sources, we have so far created almost 60 vessels made of gold, copper, and silver, according to the original source material and based on the complicated nuances and requirements of Jewish law. While our itinerary includes many of the vessels that are described in the Holy Sources to be used in the temple, the Ark is one item which is not on our itinerary for recreation because we are aware of the location of the original, which was hidden in the time of the first temple.
Okay, let's go back to number 2. May mga grupo ng mga scholars, no, katulad nung sa Tel Aviv University and the Collège de France. Sila ay nag-aaral na meron silang expedition noong 2018, no, patungkol dun sa Ark of the Covenant. Okay, pinag-aralan nila kung saan napuntang lugar yung Ark of the Covenant, pero hindi sila naghahanap, kundi yung mga lugar lang na kung saan gumagawa sila ng istorya at pinapakita nila na ang Bible ay totoo. Hindi sila masyadong inclined sa paghahanap ng Ark of the Covenant. May mga scholars na nagsasabi na yung Ark of the Covenant wala na, pero commonly andun daw sa ilalim ng templo ng Jerusalem. Okay? Number 3, Golgotha. Beneath the Ground of Golgotha by Ron Wyatt, January 6, 1982. An adventurer noted for advocating the Duru-Pinar site as the site of Noah's Ark, along with almost 100 other Bible-related alleged discoveries. He has been criticized by scientists, historians, biblical scholars. Siya ay namatay at the age of 65 years old noong August 4, 1999. On January 6, 1982, the Ark of the Covenant was found by Ron Wyatt. Yan si Ron Wyatt, no? At natagpuan niya yon sa Mount of Golgotha kung saan napako ang Panginoon Jesucristo. Nung napako ang Panginoon Jesucristo sa krus ng Kalbaryo, tinusok siya ng sibat, tapos yung kanyang dugo ay umagos pababa doon sa may puno ng krus hanggang tumagos daw yung sa kailaliman at dumiretso doon sa Ark of the Covenant. Doon pala nakatago yung Ark of the Covenant at doon daw ay may nagbabantay na angel. Okay? One thing more, kung kaya nakaabot yung dugo ng Panginoon Jesucristo simula doon sa krus ng Kalbaryo, kasi during na si Kristo ay napako sa krus, nagkaroon ng lindol, nagkaroon ng crack yung lupa, yung bato sa ilalim kung saan nakapwesto yung Ark of the Covenant. Number 4, according to the book of Maccabees, the Ark was hidden in a cave on Mount Nebo in Abarim, Jordan, by the prophet Jeremiah, who said that this place shall remain unknown until God gathers his people together again to show his mercy. Lastly, number 5, the Ark of the Covenant is in heaven. And the temple of God was open in heaven, and there was seen in his temple the Ark of his testament. This is recorded in the Bible in the New Testament in the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 19. Mga kaibigan, mga kapatid, conclusion na po tayo, no? Ito na yung limang review, no? 5 lugar kung saan napunta yung Ark of the Covenant. Number 1, Ethiopia. Okay? Number 2, under the Temple of Jerusalem. Number 3, beneath the ground of Golgotha. Number 4, Mount Nebo. And number 5, in heaven. Okay? Yung 1 to 4, no, lahat yan ay may mga sublime, may mga question mark na kung bakit doon napunta yon. Pero I believe, bilang Kristiyano, naniniwala ako dun sa number 5 na kung saan ang Ark of the Covenant ay nasa langit na at ang Diyos mismo yung nag-iingat noon doon sa kalangitan. Okay? Maraming mga inuulit ko, yung mga expedition, paghahanap, no? Actually, hindi naman kailangan siyang mawala kasi pinoprotektahan siya ng Panginoon, di ba? Iniingatan siya ng Panginoon. Okay? And also, patungkol dun sa itong Mount Nebo, kaya ko ito nilagay dito sa number 4 kasi tinabi ko dun sa number 5 kasi iyan, ang batayan niyan is the Book of Maccabees. Yung Book of Maccabees, hindi naman yung kasama dun sa canon of the Bible na kung saan ang canon of the Bible is 66 books. Yung Maccabees galing yan sa Apocrypha. Isiningit lang yan sa sa Biblia. Yung yung ginagamit ng mga Katolikong Bible, yung Magandang Balita Biblia, the Good News Bible. Meron yan sa pagitan ng New Testament and Old Testament. Siningit nila yun. Pero yung mga Hudyo sa New Testament, sa pangunguna nila si John the Beloved, hindi nila isinama yung Apocrypha na kung saan doon nakasulat yung Book of Maccabees. Pinili lang nila yung 39 books of the Old Testament plus yung 27 books of the New Testament. Okay? Na kung saan, kahit na si Jeremiah yung nagsabi nito, kung ito ay hindi naman nakasulat sa Old Testament, hindi siya inspired ng Diyos. Kasi ang inspired lang ng Diyos ay yung 66 books of the Bible. Na kung saan, ang sabi ng Panginoon, ang sabi ng Bible sa 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 16, di ba? All scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction, di ba? Na kung saan ako'y naniniwala na ang mga salita ng Diyos na yung simula dun sa Genesis tapos hanggang Malakay ng Old Testament, tapos simula dun sa Matthew hanggang sa Revelation, yung 66 books, yun ay inspired na walang pagkakamali, na dapat na siya ang magbibigay ng tamang katuruan sa atin, siya ang magtatama sa maling paniniwala natin. Isa pa, yung sa yung dun sa may under the Temple of Jerusalem, yung kanina, dun sa naunang, sa number 2 na yun, yung nabanggit ko na kung saan ang mga Hudyo, yung mga leaders, yung mga rabbis ng Hudyo, di ba? Sila ay naghahanda na para dun sa darating na templo, na yung kaninang napanood yung video diyan, na sila ay nagpi-prepare ng mga vessels, yung gawa sa silver and gold, di ba? Na para sa pagdating ng Messiah. Okay? Kasi ang reason kung bakit sila naniniwala na ang Messiah ay hindi pa dumarating, dahil karamihan ng mga Hudyo ay naniniwala lamang sa Old Testament, na kung saan sinasabi sa Old Testament na ang Messiah ay darating at siya ay maghahari, di ba? Yung sinasabi dun sa Isaiah 9:6, di ba? Papanganak yung baby na Messiah, tapos siya ay magiging hari, di ba? Prince of Peace, di ba gano'n? Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace, yung sinasabi doon, di ba? Subalit, hindi sila naniniwala na kung saan bago mangyari yon, dapat ang ang Mesaya ay magdusa muna, mapako sa krus, di ba? Mamatay upang tubusin tayo sa ating kasalanan. Hindi sila naniniwala dun sa istoryang yon na kung saan yun ay nakasulat sa New Testament. Hindi nila tinatanggap ang katuruan ng New Testament. Yun ang nakakalungkot doon, na kung saan hindi nila tinatanggap ang katuruan patungkol kay Kristo, na si Kristo yung tagapagligtas, na siya yung Mesaya. Yan ang nakakalungkot ng karamihan ng mga Hudyo, lalo na yung mga rabbis. Okay? Kung kaya ina-expect nila na darating siya in the future at ire-restore ng mga Hudyo yung temple worship. Kung kaya piniprepare nila yan para doon sa pagdating ng akala nila ay yung tunay na Kristo. Subalit hindi yun yung tunay na Kristo. Yung sinasabi na sa New Testament, yung Antichrist yung darating dyan at itatayo yung bagong templo. At hindi man ako naniniwala na ipapagamit ng Diyos yung Ark of the Covenant doon sa Antichrist. Obvious naman yun. Diba? So, yung number 2 hindi yan sigurado, dahil sinasabi ang Diyos, iniingatan yan doon sa kalangitan. Okay? At maraming tao na nawawala o naliligaw ng landas, di ba? Sa mga katuruan na naniniwala ko na ang Biblia ang final authority, na siya yung kinasihan ng Diyos para sa pagtatama sa pagtuturo, di ba? Yung sinasabi doon sa 2 Timothy 3:16, all scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, di ba? Na kung saan ito yung final authority para malaman natin yung tamang pananampalataya patungkol dito sa Ark of the Covenant. Okay? Maraming pong salamat. Pagpalain tayo ng ating Panginoon.